Hey, welcome back here to the Central PA Pour, and if you can look off to my left, we found Kevin.
Welcome. It's
welcome back to you.
Yeah,
welcome back, Kata.
Oh God,
where the fuck have you been?
Anywhere you can name, British Columbia, Alberta, all over Canada, all over the East Coast, West Coast, Middle.
We even had Vicky in here, and we thought she was Kevin.
Yeah,
it was, but yeah, we like, damn, Kevin had a sex change.
Ooh.
But Vicky Jeffers, actually, she was a lot better looking than you sitting next to us.
Thank you. Well, that makes me feel better.
And off to my right, we have Dave.
Hey, I've been here.
You've been here.
I've been here.
Yeah. So it's good to have all three of us back sitting in studio on this season 4 wrap-up episode.
Yes, sir.
But make sure you give us a like, subscribe, wherever you get your podcast and your YouTube. That helps us. We hope you enjoy what we're putting out there. Check out our merch store. We're wearing some of our merch now and drinking out of some glasses from Central PA Pours. So, gentlemen, season 4 makes us sound old, doesn't it?
Yeah, we are old.
Well, we're old.
Yeah.
We're going on almost 3 years doing this.
Yeah, we're about 3 seasons and 14 episodes farther than I thought we would be. So we're doing well. We're doing well and enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, we're not for profit. This is a not for profit business right now, but we're having fun doing what we're doing. I mean, just the community that we've gotten involved with has been phenomenal. Everything we've every story we hear. I mean, going back to when we first started this venture, we had some great stories and got to meet some awesome people.
That's true. Yeah.
So what's some of it? Since you were only around for maybe half of this season, did you have a favorite that you thought of?
I don't know. I mean, anything from the Lancaster
Brewing?
Brewing?
Yeah, Mark.
Some of the beers and just the adventure that they're doing and starting up, growing a little bit to, Vicky and how widespread her wings are, per se.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
We have all the events that are happening as we're speaking, this coming weekend. And I don't know, we just look forward to all of that stuff. It's so good to be around the people and talk beer.
Yeah, we did the Winter Brew Fest back in February.
Mm-hmm.
I just went out to the Ales for Tales that is a benefit for the animal hospital. That's going back to, I think, season 2. We had Carmen and Amanda on.
Yeah.
And
I missed it.
Like you mentioned, as we're recording this, Brew Kids on the Block happens this week, but this is coming out real close to Labor Day, and there's brew festivals that's going to be all happening.
Yeah, everything's starting up this time of year.
Yep. Dave, what's some of the memories you think of from this past season?
From this past season?
Do you remember who we had on?
No.
You didn't take your Prevagen? Or Prevagen?
At least I would pronounce it right.
Yes. Want me to help you out? Yes.
I forgot mine.
Yeah, you forgot yours. Okay, nice comeback. I like that. Now, I liked the festivals we did. I was saddened that I missed the Yorktoberfest. I wanted to be there because I was kind of looking.
You didn't want to be there at Yorktoberfest.
I know. It was a little wet. It was a little wet and cold, and unfortunately, I missed that because of a prior engagement. But
if you want to see how wet and cold it is, go back to that episode and look, and you can see I'm sitting there shivering. And not only am I shivering, I had to pee.
I was just going to say that.
And I was feeling a buzz. So I was shivering from multiple things.
Yeah, that was a good show. If anybody wants a good laugh, go ahead and we'll go back and watch that one.
But we're going to be at Yorktoberfest this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is that, October 11th or 12th?
I don't remember.
I'd have to pull the calendar up. But yeah, we're going to be at Yorktoberfest. And speaking of that, we're going to be giving something away special there at the event. And we're going to put it out in our social media how to get that. We got a nice, I think it's a Corona cooler that was donated by Sebastian at DJ's Westgate. And what I'm going to try and do is take it this weekend to Brew Kids and see if we can fill this up with stuff from the breweries. Paraphernalia, beer, whatever, and then we're going to give it away at your Oktoberfest.
Can I enter?
Huh?
Can I enter?
Dude, I'll just give you the cooler. No, he gave it to me for something else, and I'm like, well, I'd use something different than that, so I'm going to use it for this. And if we can get some of the brewers that we've recorded with from Brew Kids or wherever to help fill this thing with swag, we're going to give it away.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. It's a nice cooler. It's a nice, heavy, kind of aluminum-sided cooler.
Yeah. We're looking at it, but I think what we ought to do is we should put a picture overlay on the...
I'll put a picture on it. And we're going to... hopefully we can get this thing filled up.
What's she look like?
I don't know if we could... That would really have to be a small person to fit in that cooler to pop out like a cake. A really small person.
Well, we were just talking about the Wizard of Oz, right?
Ooh. You know, they're making that... we just talked about this the other night. They're making the movie Wicked.
Yeah.
About the witch.
Yep. There's a musical out about... there's a musical called Wicked. A lot of high schools do it. And now this is a movie.
I'm not that sophisticated.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to fill in some of the blanks there, you know?
I'll be honest. I can't even watch the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me.
The flying monkeys have freaked me out, man, since I was a kid.
So I was helping my buddy move his parents over the weekend.
Oh, you didn't have flying monkeys, did you?
We got talking. For whatever reason, a movie scared this gentleman. And I said, well, you know, did you ever see a movie with flying monkeys? Because I couldn't remember the name of it. Boom, he nails the name. Oh, my God, I can't. Why did you say that?
Yeah, now he's going to have nightmares, yeah.
Like, I never got scared.
I'm not that bad, but I can't watch the Wizard of Oz, and I'm kind of weird in that.
Did you ever hear the story about one of the Munchkins hanging themselves?
Because of the monkeys?
Yeah, not because of the monkeys, but I forget what the reason. It didn't happen, but I mean, it was supposed to be a what do they call that? Like an urban legend or something, where he was supposed to have hanged himself in the beginning of the
was
movie.
it off the handrail?
Wow.
That's a good one. I like that. Okay, next topic.
Okay,
sorry.
I'm done.
I couldn't resist.
Hey, everybody, I didn't say that.
I couldn't resist. That's the problem. I open my mouth and then insert foot later.
Yeah.
So let's get back to topic. How about your favorite?
I don't know. I mean, I think everything we do,
It's unique.
I think is unique. Every story we tell, every guest we have on here, every place we get to visit, they all are unique in their own special way.
Yeah.
Going back to the beginning, of this season, we had Martin from Gunpowder Falls on.
Yeah, that was cool.
Learned in Germany, and even talked to us in German a couple times. Mm-hmm. And his beer is very traditional style German beer. Mm-hmm. The place is good. He makes German food down there. I think my wife and I went down. I had a schnitzel and stuff. Now, what the hell did I have? I don't know. It was good. It was really good. And then Whiskers. Mm-hmm. We had Dean on here. Dean and Katie from Whiskers Brewing, which that came up in our first season. Remember, they were just getting ready to open, and they lost their building to a fire right before they opened. Yeah. So they told us the whole story, and and they're doing good, dog friendly, and we've had so much fun meeting and getting involved with these people, and how many people reach out to us now that hey, we're going to be here. You guys want to come and do some content with us, and that makes me feel good.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. the can art is one thing, and that blows you away, and then you sit and listen to their story, which totally blows you away. And then as we get visited their different locations and how they have it set up,
Yeah.
You say to yourself, how many times can I see a canning operation? But everyone is different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave's still trying to get working on the mobile one. What is it?
Ironheart. Ironheart. Yeah. I'm still.
That's 3 years ago.
No, that wasn't 3 years ago. I think it was like 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks.
Mason Dixon just had a thing on with their canning on
Yeah.
social media. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have some tape on them. I'd like to put a lot of the back in the day when we called it film, but I'd like to. You guys don't remember film?
No,
We're going to be dead and gone, and this podcast will no longer exist by the time that happens.
Did you put the film next to the black telephone that was on the wall
With the cord.
with the cord that was
Hey,
27
hey
foot
now, I still have a landline with a cord.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Some people do. Yeah.
And I can tell you why.
Yeah, and you told me why. It was
You know
It
why?
was a good reason.
You go out, hey, what's your phone number? Guess what number they're getting?
Yeah.
My home number.
Yeah, and when Sandy and I go out, we give them his home phone number.
That's why it's been ringing off the hook.
That's
this week.
it.
Yeah, I still have a landline. I do. I'm old school.
Yeah.
I'm old and old school.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things about old school. I mean, there's a lot of new technology comes out, and I think that's a lot of our problem is that people don't pay attention to the information and the privacy that they're giving away whenever they try to log on to new accounts and new devices.
Big Brother's watching.
And yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of this is a lot of these advertisers and a lot of these software companies, they don't trick you, but they just like let you roll right into giving away all the information.
You know why that is? So they can have all these votes when they in all these fake votes when it comes in November.
Oh, yeah, there's a fake votes.
Speaking of, what are you guys drinking?
I am drinking.
I think you guys are drinking the same thing.
I'm drinking a Crimson Dawn.
Yep.
Falling
Really,
Branch.
Red Ale.
Yeah,
Red Ale?
Ale. Oh wow, we picked the
Damn
same.
good.
We picked the same damn beer.
You did. and we're all drinking out of the CPP, even though you had to actually go get yours.
You didn't have to tell them that.
But I'm drinking a Vortex Madrid Dub. It is an Irish dry stout.
Ooh.
And I tell you what, they were awesome guests. And they got a nice place down there in New Freedom.
We didn't think about this. We should have cracked one of those really nice bottles that one of them gave us.
Yeah. Hey, Night's young. Night's young.
Nice young.
I think one of the things that stood out this season was actually we had Colton from Falling Branch on as a head brewer.
Yeah.
Last time he was on, he was with Tim March and Stony Run. He was the assistant brewer. And we actually got him on. He is now the head brewer at Falling Branch. So that was pretty cool. We saw his transformation from leaving one place as an assistant to going to a place and becoming the main guy.
Yeah, and he changed also. He became more outgoing when he became the head brewer.
Exactly.
I
mean, when we had him on, the last recording we did with Tim and him at their place, he had that deer in the headlight look.
Yeah, he
Nervous. Nervous.
Nervous, but
Well, we all did.
Yeah.
That was one
we
of
had
our
to go
first
back
ones.
to season one.
season one.
One for that one.
Yeah, because I think that was one of the last recordings
one
we
of the
ever
last recordings we
did
did, yeah.
for season one. It was one of our last visitations
Yeah,
until we revamped and decided to record out of the studio.
Yeah.
So a lot of
I'll
things
tell you-
why we did that. I mean, it was a matter of time and setup and everything else. So that's one of the reasons we did it.
yeah. The time setting it up, and we still do that, but the return on our effort is a little bit better because now we're doing festivals like Double D. We did the double. That's one of the things
That was fun.
that I enjoyed was the Double D, and we set up the camera we set up an isolated camera right on the bull. And they had a
mechanical bull.
They had a mechanical bull there where people just lined up to fall off. And they had.
I broke the ice.
You broke the ice, yes, you did. But
he was too gentle with the controls.
Yeah, well, it depends. He looked at the person getting on a bull and said, "Well, will this guy sue me if he breaks a hip? I'll just crank it back."
Break the ice or break his ass. Which one do I want to do?
No, that was a very fun festival. Right at probably the perfect time of the year.
Yep.
Not a lot going on in the middle of the winter
Right.
In February. And there was maybe 15, 16 brewers and some other vendors in that double in the double barrel.
He had cheese and cigars
And what was her name that came on? She had like spices or rubs that she did.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'd have to go back through our notes and find that, so I apologize. But that was a fun event, and I'm hoping they can make it work again.
Yeah.
From what I heard, is the Harvest Fest they were planning in September is not going to happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can keep the Winter Brew Fest. It was a perfect time, and they sold 300 to 400 tickets. They were sold out.
Oh,
they were sold out.
People, what got me was people were lined up early to get
in there. They had a line all the way out to the parking
Well,
lot.
Dave and I are looking at each other and like, is that line going to end? Because you were waiting for your wife or something.
Yeah, she was bringing a piece of equipment, I think it was.
Yeah.
That you forgot.
No, I didn't forget it.
But think about it. Our
Someone didn't have room in their Suburban to put all of the stuff that I had lined up.
the weight limit on the Suburban couldn't have
Oh,
held
wait a
on.
minute. When we went mobile, we're supposed to take less, not more.
Yeah, but the thing of it is the less you're not supposed to take the essential stuff you need and leave that at home because you don't have room to put it in the Suburban.
I'm going to start getting you a prescription of Prevagen.
We're just going to have to make a checklist.
Exactly.
There you go.
No, but
as long as we don't forget the Nerf guns for brew kids, we're good.
yeah.
Hey, another highlight this year. We got to brew one of our recipes with Sign of the Horse.
Yeah.
And they released that beer to the public at the Winter Brewfest.
Yes.
That was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that. I was thinking that was
That was this season.
Yeah.
And we're not looking for any thing. It was cool to get a recipe that we came up with, brewed it on our home brew system. They enjoyed it. The public enjoyed it. Actually, Matt called me a month ago. Or actually, I called him about his sixtel because we got a sixtel of it.
Yeah.
And I got to return the keg to him. And he said, "Hey, did you follow that on Untapped?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said it carried like a 393. He said, "That's really good."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Do you mind if we brew it again?" I'm like, "Not at all."
Yeah, there's $10,000 gone. Shit.
But it was cool. I mean, my wife and I went down to the Silent Horse Red Line after it was released and ordered the beer, and I got to check my beer in on Untapped at another location instead of home.
I gotta admit though, you guys, I've been gone, so you guys been doing outstanding beer here, and the one you got on tap now is my wife. You gave her a glass 2 days ago. Oh, you could bring me a beer back. I thought you drank wine. Oh no, that beer's good.
Yeah, I mean, that one turned out pretty good. It's my Summer Dreams line. Last year was the orange vanilla. This year I did a strawberry rhubarb. Next year I'll probably do something with like a blueberry or blackberry. Just keep that going. We do got to brew some more, and we had opportunities to brew maybe coming up. I think Jason at Gift Horse wants to brew one of our recipes.
And Snitz Creek.
Snitz Creek, I got to reach out to Ryan. He wants to do that vanilla bourbon stout.
Yes. God. So we'll be having some of our beer at different locations around.
So keep an eye out.
Speaking of that, one of the events I was just at, they had small barrels of bourbon. And I asked the guy if he had one for sale, and he said, "No, I'll give them to you." and unfortunately he spoke above his level, so they weren't for sale.
Oh man!
And I was drooling just because
Brew
of
that stout,
the
and
bourbon
put it
that was in there.
Put it in a frickin' barrel. Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah, they had an event going on. It's like, man, I need to be at that event.
Well, we need to reach out. Maybe we can get something either from Yanni up at Mason Dixon or Cody over at Hidden Stills.
Hidden Stills, yeah.
That was a cool
place-
episode.
That's a nice place.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
That is a nice
Food's
place.
really good.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to get the nickel tour.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to go sample the food
Yep.
with 17 others
Yes.
that I bought.
And I wasn't one of them. I was left home.
No, but we were trying to go up here a couple weeks ago, but we couldn't
Yeah.
coordinate it. That and not being a bourbon drinker, what'd he give us? He gave us his the red label or the black label
You gave us
and the double oaked.
You
Yeah.
gave us the red and the black.
Yeah.
And not being a bourbon guy, that's your guys' forte is the scotch and the bourbons.
Should have brought a glass of that while we were.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
That bourbon was very smooth.
Yeah.
It didn't have the bourbon burn that you get with like a Jim Beam or Jack Daniels. I could drink that. And actually my wife and I were out for dinner and I'm like, I'm ordering a bourbon. And I forget where we were at, but they had like in red, it was their select barrels that they bought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't have the Buffalo Trace. They ran out of that. So I'm like, all right, give me the David E. because they had their special selection. And I know where it was at. It was at the Cove. And so I had two pours along with a couple beers. So, honey, you're driving.
Yep. I was about to say.
Yep, drive Mr. Daisy.
Mr. Daisy.
You know, another good one that I enjoy every year. It wasn't part of this season, but the mud hook, the New Year's
mud
ball,
hook.
the ball drop.
Yeah, that
The
was
ball drop. Or the pint drop.
How do you say that? Does that start or end the year?
Well, according to what Jeff says, it's 6 o'clock when he drops it. It's midnight,
Yes.
New Year's in Belgium.
Correct.
So that's why he does it at 6 o'clock. And we did record that, and we put a reel out.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
probably go back in there to see Jeff and his son do the pint drop.
Yeah, that was a good time too.
That is the Cherry Lane.
Yep.
They're Belgian.
I hate to say though, we acted like old people this year. We went in too early, and we didn't even get drunk, but we were tired.
Came home.
We wore out.
I know a couple people got drunk. My wife was one.
Yeah,
We were next door at Dave's
Oh,
in the
that's
pool.
right.
no, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
And she was wandering around,
Yes.
and I think somebody asked me, "Where's your wife?" I said, "I don't fucking know."
I think
Yeah.
she was laying in somebody's bed, but I won't get into that.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going home. And I think that was 11:30. I'm like, yeah, I'm old. I'm not even staying up for the freaking midnight drop.
Yeah, we
We wound up at Artifacts
yeah
for pizza
Yeah.
afterwards.
had that great service guy.
That's right.
Oh, he likes you.
He does.
He likes you. You go in there for breakfast. You used to go in that halfway place for breakfast.
Yeah, I stopped doing that.
What was that? The Roost? What was it called? The Roost?
Roost. Good
The Roost.
food. Very good food.
Yeah.
I tell you what, downtown New York's really gotten nice. There's actually a new place right down like 2 doors or 3 doors down from Gift Horse
Yep.
called George Street Brewing. We're hoping to get them on. I'm hoping we can get some new guests on here. We do have some guests scheduled, so look for them in season 5. We may even be getting on some guests that we had on in season 1 and 2 and get them back on the air to see what's new. We've already just did that with Emery from Scrubbies
Yeah.
and Chuck from One Black Mutt, who was here with Scabs back
Yeah.
in season 2.
How
So
about Liquid Hero? They're expanded, right?
they have expanded to the corner. They moved to a place. Now they have a onboard kitchen. They don't have to rely on the food trucks. I'm hoping they can make that work, which I believe they will. They're already well established. They already have a good following.
Yep. Yep.
I never understood that why the corner of that George Street and what is that crossroad there that nothing could stay in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Love Dress was
I'll
the
probably
last
think
one.
of it here in a little bit.
Love Dress was the last one in there, and I was hoping they could make it, but they just didn't.
Yeah.
So I know we even brought it up a couple times this season. That it has the bubble burst in Pennsylvania. I don't know if it is burst. I think it's peaked.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to grow much more.
I think local area here, it's peaked. For
Yeah,
now.
we brought it up in past seasons. We went from 88 to over 800, 900 breweries in Pennsylvania, and we've had several close up, several either open or expand. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I hope it doesn't. I enjoy these places.
It's interesting because we've been doing this long enough now that you almost can read their story when they come in and, we've been open for 6 months and, we're going to start another location. We're going to do this. And you think to yourself, be polite. Just, don't do it. Don't do it. Get established, get strong, get a banking account.
We've also seen trends. We've been doing this now. We've seen trends.
Yes, we have.
I think was it the last episode? We just talked about that with Emery and Chuck about the thick smoothie sours.
Oh yeah, a trend.
That was a trend.
That was a trend.
You had the powder for a while.
Yeah.
What was the name of that powder? Ginseng or
Phantasma or
That's
something like that.
Phantasm.
Yeah, we've seen trends. We've been doing this now for quite some time, and I don't know. I tend to look for places like the craft brew houses or like Hidden Stills or places like that are small, independently owned, rather than. I definitely don't like chains. Now, unless it's the last draw we have, I'll go to a chain. Yeah. Like old Sally and I'll be sitting around. I was like, what do you want to do for dinner? I'm like, I asked you first. If you're going to let me choose, where we're going.
Right.
We're going to find a craft brew place. That's exactly what we do. There's still several people in this South Central area that we have yet to get on. We have plenty of content that if we can make a commitment to them and get them on the show, we have plenty of content we can still talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also have a lead that I'd like to pursue. We just couldn't do it right now, but they make mead.
Yeah, we'll get them on. I mean, we had Prototype on here.
They make mead. Yeah, Prototype had.
And their one partner is a mead guy.
Yeah, but this was all that they do. They did mead, and I like to go back to him. My problem is that my overreach is and that's what my problem is. I have more things that I want to do than I have body to participate in it. And don't go there. But anyway,
where was that going, Dave?
I don't know. I'm just saying that I have a lot of ideas that I talk about, but the problem is I just don't have the time to be able to dedicate to them to get them rolling. So
we talked about content. We finally had gotten Uncorked opened up and going.
Yep.
There's 2 episodes of that out,
and the third one's coming out shortly because it's a part 2. I mean, Alex did a really good dissertation. I hate to use that word in a podcast, but he explained how wine was made, and a lot of that stuff surprised me. How wine was made way back in the 16th.
Wasn't Lucille Ball?
No, she wasn't there. This was 16th century, and it was like a little before her time, but. And it was too much for one episode, so they did 2 episodes. So.
It may not be the most entertaining, but it is definitely educational.
Educational, yes.
So it is worth a listen. We're still trying to get the Cold Crash thing going.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 3 brewers that have their own places, so it's kind of tough. And I think with us bringing them back in studio and trying to light that fire, we may get that going. And especially dude, you guys can do it remotely. You don't have to come to a studio. You can do it remotely.
Right.
Just do it right from your home, man.
Mm-hmm.
The other content from Bill from Old Republic that we had on, he wants to do some other content about the different processes, the difference between distilling liquor and moonshine to doing a wine or a mead or a cider, the process that goes into it, that would be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarity in the process of beer making, wine making, and distilling spirits. But there's a part that where they separate, and that's what the cool
I think
thing is.
that separates after the mash is made.
Yeah.
Is where the separation stops.
Yep.
Or starts. Starts.
Yeah.
So close but so far away.
Yeah.
Yep. We even actually had a guest that was non-beer related. Justin from Sofranco.
Yeah, Sofranco, and they're doing some things. Sofranco is a real estate advisory corporation that actually goes out and they will sell the product, which is could be a distillery, could be a tap room, it could be a restaurant, and that's what they do. They channel their efforts into that industry, and then they came on and explained what they do, for their business.
Yeah, that was during his dry January, so he wasn't able to partake in our beverage.
Yeah, that
sampling.
was interesting. He sat and watched us drink beer.
I don't understand the idea behind dry January. There's not a dry month for me. Other than this past summer, it's been pretty fucking dry.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah. The last couple of weeks.
I've got a garden out front of my house. I got more mushrooms.
I just saw that again. Man, the mushrooms popped up again. Dude, we're going shrooming.
We are.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're out there, if you want to buy any mushrooms, man, come over to Kevin and Gladys's house. We'll get you hooked up. And you might see some flying monkeys and munchkins when you do that. Hello, welcome.
Helium.
Oh God, let's not do that. Get a bottle of helium in here and do a podcast.
Sally, can you run it?
You're giving me ideas.
Yeah, I know. I saw your wheels turning there.
With Nerf guns and everything else.
Oh, the Nerf guns. Oh my God.
Now, we had some great guests on. I mean, Alecraft, we finally got them on. Desperate Times, we finally were able to hook up with Brad Matt and Sue from up there. We finally got them to come on and do it. They actually came in the studio and did that, so that was awesome.
Yep.
So I think right now we've gotten everybody in the Carlisle area we've recorded with.
Yeah. And Susan's actually is trying to get on a couple of the wine shows.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yep, she wants to be a guest taster on. It seems like a lot of people want to be guest tasters on that wine show.
Who was that, Dave?
Susan Dunn.
Susan Dunn from Desperate Times.
Yeah.
And not only were they great guests, they've been putting out phenomenal beer. They've done, I don't know how many, they've won a lot of awards with their stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're in a prime spot right there at the Carlisle Fairgrounds. And they actually have a little spot inside the fairgrounds. They can sell their beer right there. We had some good times. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to some more great content with upcoming guests. So keep an eye out for that. We've got some stuff in the works, and even some I'm going to say famous celebrity will be one of our future guests here in the near future. So if you watch some of the shows on TV, that he's a part-time host of one of the shows, so he'll be coming on with us. Been trying to get him on, and we were supposed to record with him. He had some personal issues, and we had to reschedule it, so he'll be coming up. Brew Kids on the Block. Yes, we will be at Yorktoberfest in October. Get your tickets for that.
If it rains, I'm probably just let.
No, I figured
I'll
that.
just let Bret take it
I'll be out there shivering.
by yourself.
I remember that like it was yesterday. I'm on the airplane, calling them up.
You know, I could have peed my pants and nobody would have known.
Nope.
Because it was wet. I don't even think my wife was home. I don't think she was home.
You had enough in you. You're like, am I wet because I peed? Or am I wet because it's raining? but it's a little warmer.
It was cold. I didn't pee my pants because that would have been nice and warm.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's been boy, this went downhill quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got some good stuff. Hopefully, if you know of a brewery that you like and we haven't featured them, or even if we have, give us a like and give us a comment in below here, or message us on Facebook or our social media. You can even email us at centralpapor@gmail.com. We're here to tell stories. There's so many breweries that we haven't touched yet. We're going to still effort those content and try and tell their story here in the central Pennsylvania area. I know it's been mentioned that because we've done stuff outside of Central PA, that we maybe ought to change our name. I don't know. I like the CPP. I think it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, you can always keep it the CPP, and then if anybody asks you, you could tell them what it stands for. But if not, it's the CPP.
Yeah.
Like ESPN. Does anybody know what the letters ESPN
I knew
stand?
there'd be a trivia.
Entertainment Sports Programming Network.
Yeah, we have trivia here, people.
ESPN. How many people?
But nobody knows that.
How many people named their kid when ESPN came out? ESPN. There was a lot of people that named their kid ESPN.
Are you serious?
I am not shitting you. It was on one of their when they do the ESPY Awards.
I've never met anybody Espen.
They name kids ESPN. I'm telling you, and they spell it the same fucking way.
Poor child.
So speaking of that, did you guys watch any of the Olympics?
Yeah.
Yes. You're going to talk about Jordan. Michael Jordan's namesake?
No.
Jordan Childs?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's bullshit.
Yes, it is bullshit. But
Well, there's a couple things I'm saying bullshit for.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Not because she has to give the bronze back. The one Romanian, not the one that they're protesting against.
uh-huh.
There was another Romanian that went after her that should have been scored higher
Yes.
because she landed her routine and it was phenomenal.
I thought that whole presentation was backwards.
Right. Jordan's to me, Jordan Childs should have. Now, I know everybody says Simone Biles is the GOAT.
No. I mean, go ahead.
She bounced out of bounds twice.
Right.
Got the silver medal. Even though her routine's a lot higher, a lot harder, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I hate judged sports.
Right.
Gymnastics, figure skating, whatever. I hate judged sports. I think Jordan Childs should receive the bronze, but I think one of those Romanians should have got the silver. I think Simone Biles should have been left off of it.
Yes.
And you can throw whatever and comments at me, whatever. Simone she's a phenomenal gymnast. We're never going to see the likes of somebody like that again. Maybe. But I just think of bouncing out of bounds like that twice. One time was with 2 feet.
So, did you see, and I'm going to probably screw the name up, but that Flavor Flav offered her a clock.
Flavor Flav. Yeah.
Well, he sponsored the women's water polo team to be in Paris.
But I saw.
Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
I didn't know anything about. The only thing I knew about Flavor Flav was just I was sitting there, and they showed his mug on there, and I says, I thought he was dead. That's the first thing that came to me. But I don't follow that guy.
I don't either. Not since the days when he did that stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason he was there is because he sponsored the women's water polo team to go to Paris.
Oh.
Monetarily.
I just get a kick out. We were talking about this the other night. All of the theatrical thugs,
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
and they're all coming out of behind the scenes and doing good.
How many stars were at? They kept showing in the stands, either at the gymnastics, the track,
Swimming,
or whatever, the swimming. I love the Olympics. I live for them every 4 years, every 2, because I love the winter more than the summer. But Sally loves the gymnastics, and it's sports that I never watch any other time.
Yep.
And you get to see them. I did learn something though. Was it today or yesterday? So the reason breakdancing was in the Olympics is because I didn't know this, and I'm an Olympic fanatic. The host city gets to choose 4 up to 5 events that they want to have part of the Olympics.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Never knew it.
I don't know if that's a true.
That's what they said, because that's why breakdancing was in Paris.
No, I let me investigate, because whatever 2 or 3 ago when they started taking out,
They took out baseball and softball,
Greco-Roman
Greco-Roman wrestling.
but they had mentioned breakdancing before. But man, it was so choreographed. Whatever that word is. It
Choreographed.
Choreographed. Yeah, because back in the day, I mean, they'd skit, spin, and
I just saw a funny meme: the Karate Kid doing the stork,
yeah,
and the Australian breakdancer. I forget what the caption was, but it was funny as hell.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the breakdancing.
I didn't either. I'm glad it wasn't one of the prime time things that they had to show.
I saw 1 or 2 of them, but
so if you watched it, what are some of your favorite Olympic sports? Not like your everyday sport.
yeah.
What do you watch?
For me, I mean, it's baseball. I've been getting into soccer.
Speaking of the women's,
Yeah, the
won the
women-
gold
the
medal
women
in the
won the
soccer
gold in
match.
the
That's first
soccer.
time in since 2012 they won the gold. I think that was.
Yeah.
So kudos to the USA Soccer for women. USA Women's Soccer. The men got knocked out in the knockout round, which they made it farther than I think they
Should
they probably thought.
Yeah.
It was the first
Yeah.
time the men made it that far.
yeah.
But yeah, I watch sports like the Olympic stuff. I never watch again.
Rugby. I mean, that's a tough
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the rugby.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
You know what gets me though? Take rugby, or even take soccer, the international soccer.
Mm-hmm.
No pads, no nothing, and I mean they're kicking, hitting, punching, and
Well,
you don't hear about the head injuries and
you got to understand that the pads add to
yeah,
the injuries, and it's one of the things that they have often brought up. This is when you have a guy that does a head tackle in rugby, he's not driving a helmet into the guy, which is a big difference. But I mean, it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
For one thing, rugby is a rough sport, and they had men and women
yeah.
rugby.
The women's won the bronze.
yes.
Bronze.
The women's rugby won bronze.
Yeah, and it's it was interesting to watch what I did get a chance to see. I watched both Olympic teams, the men and the women, and they called the guy Clark Kent. He was the pommel horse. He won the bronze medal on the pommel horse. That was his only event.
He did the team stuff, but
Yeah.
he was only selected to come on for the one final to
Right.
do that event.
Yeah.
That's why he was selected for the team.
And do you know that the men's gymnastic team had a trampoline gymnast that performed, and I looked for that and I couldn't find it anywhere.
They didn't show any of the trampoline stuff. On highlights they did.
Yeah.
That was about it. And
I didn't hear
I think
nothing
we
about
mentioned
that.
that with Emery when he with this last episode. I'm not a big gymnastics fan, but my wife loves it. The men's all-around final. We had 2 guys in it. They didn't show them but one fucking apparatus. Because they were already out of it. They concentrated on the 3 people that were contending for the medals.
Yep.
That pissed me off. This is an American broadcast. You should have showed the American men, highlighted the ones that were competing for the medal.
Well, don't you have you can switch channels on your TV to you can go to any country and watch any?
Well, I didn't have Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock carried it. That's
Yeah,
Should have let me know. I'd have brought you over a dish.
that's fine. She didn't understand why I got up that night and left off and pissed off. And she goes, "Well, they didn't even show him." I said, "Exactly." Canoeing, sailing, surfing, rock climbing. I love the track and field events. They don't show enough of some of the off ball, but they did show a bunch of them this year because we had contenders. That's exactly why they showed them.
no.
We had a lot from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean archery.
Yeah.
She took
Yeah.
a bronze medal.
Yeah.
Did she take the
She
bronze
in the mixed team?
Yeah.
In the mixed team, she got knocked out in the individual.
In the individual, she had she got knocked
But
out.
her and her partner, he was a 3-time or 4-time medalist in archery. So partner in the mixed team. They played, I think it was India they were shooting against, and it came down to the last arrow.
Oh, yeah.
I felt sorry for her because I watched the first event with her, and she won the first round, and then I don't know if I don't want to say she panicked or something, and then she just like fell apart. And I can't imagine all those people watching you and the pressure,
I can't either. And just think of all the people that went to be an Olympian,
Right.
to represent their country.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't get out of either, like in track, the heat or the qualifications. That was their Olympics.
Right.
But they will forever be known as an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what they say, what they do, they will always be remembered as an Olympian. Doesn't matter if they medaled. To their country, they are representing their country, and it makes you a proud moment. I love the Olympics, LA 28. I'd love to go, but I can't afford to go.
That's 4 years from now. You got time to collect your money together.
Do you want to go to LA when the Olympics are there? It's already a traffic mess to begin with.
I don't want to go to
there's-
LA to begin with.
Guess what? They've already made the announcement that there is all the Olympic areas. There's no cars that are going to be allowed. It's going to be all public transportation, or you walk.
Well, I wonder if my buddy Elon could do some tunneling underneath.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Maybe he'll put you in the SpaceX and just shoot you over there.
It could be. I'll take it.
Maybe skydiving could be part of the Olympic medals.
Shoot you out of cannon like in the old days at the carnival.
I was. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, you were talking about the different sports, and I followed the judo and the taekwondo, and I was kind of like just surprised that they had mixed judo, and you have mixed teams, which means you have 3 women and 3 men.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you may draw anybody on the other
opposite sex,
yeah, and
yeah.
I was really surprised because they had one guy come out. They had two fighters come out, and one was obviously a girl, but the other one, I said, "Wow." He said, "She looks like a dude,"
And it was a dude.
and it was a dude. I did, and I says, "Wait a minute," and But yeah, it was enjoyable watching it all. I wasn't as what was it, the French guy that took the
I don't know.
swimming.
took the
No, go ahead.
the French guy that took the gold
I don't know.
in judo. I was sort of like, I didn't agree with the call, and that's not me. I'm like, yeah, whatever it was, but that one I didn't think he.
I love watching the swimming events. And Sally's like, good Lord, are they still swimming? I mean, like 10 days later, they're still got swimming events.
Yeah, it's the same heat.
That was Katie Ledecky's winning.
Katie Ledecky.
But
40,000 meter run.
Yeah.
Swim.
there is one person that made a huge impact. And if you can go back to, I think it was Sydney is when Michael Phelps made his impact on the Olympics. Leon Marchand.
Oh, yes.
He will not have to pay for another meal in France ever again.
No.
4 gold medals.
Did you see
He
him?
became the face of France in the pool.
In the closing, he was blowing out the candle.
Yeah, they had him pull. Yeah, that was a closing.
That was good. That was a nice closing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
better than the opening.
Oh,
I turned it off, but yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole closing.
I watched
That was good.
halfway through towards the end.
Yeah.
I miss Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise
saw
on
that.
on top of the Stade of France, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, and I look over at my wife, and like, you would not be standing. She goes, "Oh, I might stand there with him."
Oh,
I mean, he is up there, and
Yeah.
all he has is that rappel rope,
yeah, that
on it,
rappel rope.
which he's guiding with the coming out of his
That
the
slows
ankle
him down.
brace.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good jump.
Yeah, that slows him down.
Yeah. Well, he's known for his stunts.
Yeah,
He does all the stunts. Well, not all of them, but he does. He refused to do the one where the guy drove the motorcycle off the cliff.
I thought he did do that one.
I thought he didn't. I thought he turned that down.
I thought it was his idea to do that. That was the last.
I
that
don't-
was the last movie, right?
Yeah, it was the last movie. Yeah.
I thought it was his idea. It was his stunt coordinator that didn't want him to do it.
Oh, maybe that was. I don't know. I thought that he
He hired Bobby Knievel. Robbie Knievel.
Robbie Knievel.
Can't hire evil.
Is Robbie still alive?
I think Robbie is.
Yeah.
I think Robbie is. Probably not in the best of shape, but
I remember seeing Evil Knievel. He came to our little hometown.
did he?
Oh, I've never seen Evil.
Jumped a bunch of buses.
Huh?
He did a bunch. I forget how many buses.
I
But
watched a documentary on him. I tell you what, it's
just a couple of broken bones.
just a couple.
Just a couple.
Well, I should say each one just a couple.
I was going to say there's probably only a couple that have not been broken.
And I think he hit every one.
I think Robbie went back and all the jumps his dad wasn't able to do, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
gentlemen, I'm out of beer. So that
Yeah.
means we're out of show. What do you guys want to look forward to in season 5? That sounds weird. Season 5. We're 30 episodes away, I believe, until we hit 100.
Mhm.
We're gonna, and we've mentioned we're going to do something special when we do our 100th episode. I think it might be a live or live recorded event. Hopefully, we can find a good spot to do it and invite all our guests
Yeah,
that
that'd be
we've
nice.
had on.
Yeah,
And
I
we're
like.
going to be starting to GoFundMe for the CPP 100th episode fund.
There you go. Yeah, let's do a GoFundMe.
Or just give us a like, one of the two. Oh boy.
What do you want to see out of season 5? You got any guests you thinking of or content?
Yeah, I got some content ideas that I don't want to divulge, but I think that there's some things that I like to see us do to change it up.
Well,
Yeah,
we need
make it different
We
than-
got to make it a little different. We always got to be creative.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, I always have a lot of ideas, but I can't always follow through on them because of the fact that this is
Because you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot them. Yeah, that was it. But I do have some ideas how we could change it up because you can't keep doing the same thing over and over.
No,
and over.
we got to make some. We got to
So-
be a little different. Kev, what about you?
I
You just want to be here more?
yeah, that was what I was going to say. A, be here more. B, like you guys are both saying, change it up to get a little bit more. I don't want to say excitement because you take away from their story if we get too.
Yeah, we got to come up with different and creative ideas.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you what are those AirPods or air things so we can track you?
Oh shit!
What do they call it? Air tags?
Find my phone.
Yeah.
Air tags.
We're gonna put that on because we started a little thing called "Where's Kevin?" Like where's Waldo?
I tell you, the last few weeks, it's nice to be home this week. Actually, I'm gone tomorrow, but I'm back the rest of the week.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you guys. We got it. Even though it's the same thing over and over that we're guests and sitting on, and 2 or 3 of us sitting here just talking, bullshitting. I think I'm open to creative ideas. Let's get a little different. Yeah, we always got to be evolve. If you don't change, you kind of go by the wayside.
Yep.
I'll come up with this idea openly. Last week when I was golfing, my colleague, I think he was from Indiana. Actually, I told him about the podcast when I gave him that sticker, and we're watching a podcast as we were golfing. And I was telling him about that. I said, we're blessed with great people coming on, but there's going to be a time when it's going to get slower. And he was saying, well, take those segments and break them down into shorter.
I wish I had time to do that.
Right.
Is take our full length videos
Right.
and make reels to generate, put the short form out and generate more engagement on the long form. I don't have that kind of time.
So all you
Dave, you have that kind of time.
Oh yeah.
So all the people volunteering for the good things like the homeless and the hospitals, why don't you give some of your time to us?
We need help. I need a lot of help.
Yeah. Just think of us as the homeless that need help.
So I'm going to circle back to the cooler giveaway.
Oh yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to try and give this away at Yorktoberfest on there. And we might do a little live giveaway while we're there. But give us a like and a subscribe on our YouTube channel to get in on that. And the other way to get in on that is come to Yorktoberfest and come down here and give us a like and subscribe, and we'll put you in. We'll get maybe you win that day and walk away with it.
So we're going to bring it to the brew kids to fill it up with swag.
I'm going to bring it to Brew Kids on Saturday.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and see if any of those brewers want to put any swag in it. We're going to reach out to previous guests to see if they want to fill it with any swag. Maybe some canned beer that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
I could put in some can coolers donate from our company.
Yeah, anything we can fill that thing up. We're going to fill that cooler up and pack it full.
Nice.
And give it away at Yorktoberfest. So, gentlemen, I'd cheers you out, but I'm empty. I drank it all.
I have a little.
If you're out there, we appreciate it. Listening, give us a like and subscribe. Even though I am sitting with an empty glass, if you're out there, let's raise a glass with Kevin, Dave, and myself, the CPP crew, and let's all be bonded by beer. Cheers.